Your mind is the most powerful place you'll ever live in, and if you don't learn to control it, it will control you. Imagine letting stress, fear, and negativity run the show every day. No wonder life feels heavy. But the moment you train your inner world, everything outside you starts to change. Every moment you feel overwhelmed, every time anxiety takes control, when your thoughts spiral and your chest tightens, you're not weak, you're simply untrained. The truth is, the calmest minds aren't born that way. They've just mastered how to regulate their inner world. Imagine living with clarity, no more mental clutter, no more emotional chaos, just balanced, unshakable peace. In this video, I'll show you how to build a mind that stays steady no matter what, because once you master your internal state, life becomes easier, quieter, and infinitely more powerful. 1. Mastering the calm within chaos mindset. Life is loud. Expectations, pressures, responsibilities, the world never stops pulling at your attention. But what if you could build a mental space no noise could penetrate? Imagine walking through stress without losing balance, without collapsing under anxiety. This is what it means to cultivate inner steadiness. The key, learning to separate your thoughts from your identity. When you let every worry dictate your mood, your mind becomes a battlefield. But when you train yourself to observe thoughts instead of absorbing them, you reclaim your power. The world respects those whose calm doesn't crumble, whose presence feels grounded even in chaos. Think of individuals known for deep mental discipline. They didn't achieve it by avoiding stress, but by training their mind to transcend it. Their strength came from control of attention, control of breath, control of reaction. This is the essence of mental wellness. 2. Emotional regulation as a mental superpower. The strongest minds aren't emotionless, they're emotionally regulated. Picture this. Someone raises their voice at you. Most people react instantly, letting adrenaline and anger hijack their behavior. But what happens when you stay composed? You don't match their intensity, you don't feed the conflict, you simply breathe and respond with clarity. You disarm the situation instantly. Emotional regulation isn't suppression, it's mastery. It's understanding that your nervous system responds before your logic does, and choosing to slow that process down. When you regulate your emotions, anxiety decreases, focus increases, and resilience becomes natural. People with regulated minds navigate difficulties like puzzles, not emergencies, because they've trained their inner environment to stay stable. 3. Mindful presence as daily armor. We're conditioned to live in our heads, replaying yesterday, worrying about tomorrow, comparing ourselves to everyone else. But the truth? Most mental suffering comes from being everywhere except the present moment. Ask yourself, the next time you overthink, will this thought matter in a week, a month, or a year? If not, release it. Mindful presence isn't about meditation alone, it's about returning to your body, your breath, your senses. When your mind races, mindful presence pulls you back to center. Think about it. The mind tends to exaggerate threats, but the present moment rarely contains danger. When you master presence, life becomes lighter because you stop fighting imaginary battles. The people with the most grounded energy aren't distracted by everything around them. They're anchored in the moment, and because of that, they're harder to shake. 4. Stop outsourcing your peace. Your mental stability cannot depend on external validation. It cannot rely on people behaving perfectly or circumstances being ideal. The moment your peace depends on external conditions, you lose control. True mental strength comes from internal anchoring, from knowing that nothing outside you has the authority to dictate the state of your mind. Imagine relying on no one's approval, no one's reassurance, no one's mood for your stability. That is real freedom. The more you detach your well-being from external opinions, the stronger your psychological foundation becomes. 5. Criticism and discomfort as internal growth tools. Criticism triggers most people, not because of the words, but because of the insecurities those words touch. Strong individuals dissect criticism logically, not emotionally. They take what's useful and discard what isn't. No overreaction, no rumination, no spiraling. They remain centered. Clinical psychology research consistently shows that reframing discomfort as information reduces anxiety and improves coping. You must approach mental challenges the same way. Each stressor is feedback, each setback is data, each discomfort is training. This mindset transforms you from reactive to resilient. 6. Stay centered under pressure. Pressure reveals the truth about your mental conditioning. Some break, some freeze, but the strong remain collected, not because life is easier for them, but because they prepared for instability. They understand life is unpredictable and choose adaptation over panic. Think of your mind like a muscle. It grows through resistance, through exposure, through consistent practice. Staying calm under pressure becomes natural once you stop fearing stress and start training through it. When you master mental composure, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the conductor of them. 7. Let go of the uncontrollable. Most mental suffering isn't caused by events, but by resistance to events. You cling to what you think should happen instead of accepting what is. Letting go is a psychological skill. The more you release your attachment to rigid expectations, the more peace you create internally. Strong people don't break because they don't cling. Their flexibility becomes their strength, like water moving around obstacles instead of crashing into them. Let go of what you cannot influence, and life becomes quieter, clearer, kinder. 8. Silence strengthens your inner world. In a world addicted to noise, silence becomes a form of self-defense. The ability to breathe before reacting, think before speaking, pause before responding. This strengthens your mental baseline. Silence allows your nervous system to reset, your mind to recenter, your emotions to stabilize. Powerful individuals speak with intention, not impulse. They understand that silence is restoration, and restoration is strength. 9. Train your mind daily. Mental wellness is not a one-time achievement, it's a daily discipline. The mind strengthens through routines: gratitude to neutralize negativity, breath work to regulate stress, mindfulness to sharpen focus, and disciplined detachment to preserve peace. Every day you must train your mental muscles, because the world will always test your balance. But if your inner world is steady, nothing can shake it. Your mind is your foundation. Once you master it, you master everything.